Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at Neon MIDI sequencer, generative MIDI sequencer. One of the most interesting MIDI sequencers I've actually used. It's by a developer called Aaron Myers. I'm going to play you what it's capable of first, and then I'll kind of take you through how it works. As much as I know how it works, because there are still some things that I don't understand. But the point is, it doesn't really matter. Once you get a kind of a grasp of what's going on, you'll have loads of fun programming sequences. So I'm just going to start AUM off here and play with these patterns that I've already got set up. So it'll give you an idea of what you can do. Just out of interest, I'm using SynthMaster Tuner, a patch called Soft Keys. Okay, so there you go. And it sounds lovely. Let's do this. I'll be back when I've messed around with it. But I'm just going to change states. Okay, extremely cool. In fact, it'll just kind of keep evolving and generating stuff, depending on how you have it set up. Let's go to a empty state. Okay, now you can see it's just pulsing along, right? So let's just turn the volume down a little bit. So you can see that we have this kind of sequence thing going across the top. All right, and you'll see that the pulse is 1. So it's literally just pulsing along, depending on how you have your division set, of course, and your octave. So if I say go up an octave here, right, the order is, at the moment, it's linear, so it's just traveling forward, and all the notes are set on the root note. The root is A flat, the scale is harmonic minor. So as I move these up, these are all going to be in the scale of A flat harmonic melodic minor. And if I go to division and half that now, you'll see it slows it down. But if we do like so, it's kind of 2 beats for every bar sort of thing. If you do a division of 16, it's more kind of obvious. What's going to happen is every bar it's going to travel along one, right? Now you'll see the pulse mode here is on single. So pulse is 1, gate mode is single. So if I put the gate mode on multi here for this first one, in fact, we can turn these off by double tapping them like this. It's still going to pulse once, right? Turn that off. It's going to pulse again. Okay, you with me so far, right? Let's look at this. Pulse 2. Let's get the divisions going back down to say See, every time. If I change the pulses to, say, 4, it's going to pulse every single time. If I set this to single, it's going to pulse once and wait. And if I set it to hold, if it was a sustained sound, it would hold, but it's a pulse, so it's not going to pulse again, right? Let's go to multi. Now this becomes more obvious when I bring in another one. So 4 pulses, and that'll go to this one. 2 pulses. It'll wait because it's in single mode. Let's go to, say, 4 pulses for this. It'll wait 4 pulses before it goes back. So let's set this to multi. And let's bring in a couple more. Let's turn the volume up a little bit now. Awesome stuff. Now, the order here, we have tons of stuff. Ping pong. So let's set some of these down to quicker. It's going to ping pong backwards and forwards. Pendulum. Random. Let's bring in another one. Have that pulse 3, put it on multi-mode. So it's picking steps at random. Okay, next one is shuffle. Brownian. Lots of different kind of sequence orders. Hopscotch. Let's speed it up a little bit, shall we? Harp 3, shift 1. Harp 3, shift 2. Harp 4, shift 1, converge. Outers, inners, center. Diverge. So from the center outwards. Growing. This one next. Now this one. Shrinking. So the idea is to get to know how the different orders work, but like I said, it doesn't really matter. Pedal point is very cool. Okay, just for now, let's go back to linear. Where this gets really cool is, apart from the fact that you have your states, are the modifiers. The modifiers are awesome. So let's do this. Let's add a modifier. First modifier is, so there is a couple of ways you can access your modifiers, by the way. You can do it like this, or you can have settings open and do it like this. This is more obvious for what we're doing. So this is our first modifier, and it's unassigned. It's doing nothing. Let's tap on this to expand it, and it will expand the modifier lane, the sequence lane, right? We can close it or expand it. And now we want to assign it to something, right? So click and hold. We'll assign this to octave. Now you'll see this is running at a different rate than this. And this is what makes Neon brilliant. So let's just set this second step here to +1 octave. Now it's really running too quick to pick this up, right? So let's do this. Let's slow the division down to say every bar. When it hits this, whatever this is playing is going to be an octave up. Until it changes, right? So let's do this. 1 octave down, two octaves up. We'll have this one minus an octave. Now advanced mode is pulse, so every time it gets a pulse of its 16, it's going to advance. But look, we could go advance on every note. Let's slow this down now to say division of 8. Okay. Awesome stuff. So this is our octave and the order is linear. What we could say, let's go ping. I'm going to sync in a sec. Ping pong. So it's going to go. Right, let's speed it up. And it'll go backwards now because we're in ping pong. Or pendulum. If you're in ping pong, it'll play the last one twice. Pendulum will just go backwards and forwards all the time. Which is just epic. Change the notes up a bit. Okay, next mode again is random shuffle, and then you've got all the other stuff as well. Right, so let's just have the advanced mode on pulse for a moment. Okay, and let's go and add another modifier. So tap on this little icon here to close it up. Hit add modifier, unassigned. I'm going to choose the type here as a transpose. And I'm going to set my divisions to 8. So now I can choose to transpose any of these. And when it's on that particular modifier, it's going to transpose whatever's here. So let's just transpose 1 semitone. Hear that? Let's transpose this too. Let's transpose this one down. And these, of course, will all be normal. Now, like you double tap on these to turn them on and off. Right, so we can turn that one on now. We can also switch these off. So you see it says on, swipe down, and it'll switch these off. And now it's only going to use these first 5. Now I could choose to mask out this one here by tapping it. So I'm masking 2 and 3 now. When you mask them, they won't have an effect, but I really like to have everything going on. Okay, so we've got some cool stuff going on now. In fact, let's increase these pulses to 3 for this one. And it's going to wait because it's on single. Very, very, very cool. We can also reverse this here. So you can have it going forwards or backwards. Let's put it back to off and have it just going forwards. We can change the colour, and the colour will be remembered per session sort of thing. So if we had a yellow on this and I go, oh, presets, this is my preset space, I'm just going to go save. And now all this stuff on state E has been remembered. It gets much better than this. It's so cool. Right, hang on. I'm going to let this play for a sec. Okay, let's add another modifier. So close this. Add modifier. Unassigned. Click on this. I'm going to go down to Ratchet. And I'm going to make sure that our division is slow enough to catch anything that's going on. So let's have it on eighths. And let's have this fourth one here be a ratchet of, say, 3. And this one be, say, 2. When it gets to this, whatever's here is going to ratchet for as long as that sequence is on. Let's choose our advanced mode to note. And let's choose the order now to... I'll get to sync in a sec. I'll get to sync now. What happens with sync? Sync is special. This means this is the only one that's going to ratchet. Let's change the pulses. What sync is doing is synchronizing the steps with the sequencer length, but just for this particular modifier. If I go back to another modifier now, say transpose, the advanced mode is pulse still. So go back to our ratchet modifier and you'll see it's on sync, so it will just follow along with what the sequencer is doing. We also have a very cool one called pedal point. I like this. This will go to this one, back to this one, then to this one. Let's make this faster. Then to this one. Picking up that ratchet there. Let's choose 4 ratchets for this. 4 ratchets for these last 2. Let's have our advancing mode go linear. So I want to show you some cool stuff. So look. Let's have this on multi. So everything's doing a ratchet of 4. So nothing's going to change. Watch this. We can switch these off like we could with the other stuff, but let's turn it back on. This has trigger conditions just like an Electron device, right? So this one, we can have a percentage. So 20% of the time, 10% of the time, 30% of the time, and 50% of the time. These are going to apply ratchets or not. So now, okay, let's make these a little bit more less likely to be ratchets. So only 10% of the time they're going to be a ratchet, right? On this first one, let's go up and up and up and up and up. It goes to 90% and then you'll get one of 2. So the first one will be a ratchet, the second one won't be. And then again. See, no ratchet there. Let's do 2 of 2 for this. And on this one, I'll do 1 of 4. On this one, I'll do 4 of 4. And this one I'll have as 2 of 3. Let's engage these as well, just for fun. And I'll put them on multi-mode. I'm going to press save. Okay, how cool is that? Awesome stuff, right? Okay, I could add another multi, right? So if I close my multi window down, modifier, we get an overall picture of the whole thing. Let's go to add modifier, unassign, let's assign one. Let's go to pulse pattern. Now, for this one, to hear it really what's going on, we'll slow our division down to 6. You can go up to 32, by the way, I think. No, it looks like you can go up to excuse me. God, how far can you go? 64, right, we're going to take it down now. Divisions to 16. Okay. Now, to hear this better, I'm going to take off those ratchets. So let's see. In fact, I'll do a couple of cool things. Let's close that. Switch off the ratchet one. Okay, cool beans. Go to our pulse pattern. And I'm going to set our division. In fact, I'm going to set the order to sync. See now? And I'm going to slow this down to 8. And this, because it's sync, this is going to respect this pattern. The pulse pattern is going to play like this. See? So now we can have this one like this, that one like that, this one like that, that one maybe like that. We've got some more complex ones here. See? Missed 2. We've only got, let's speed this up to 3 or 4. Let's put this up to 4 so it corresponds, which will be even cooler. So first, second not playing second. First plays, second who don't. First 2 play. Third one won't. You get the idea, right? Let's speed this up now. And depending on where it lands will be whether it triggers or not. So I'm going to change the type here to converge. And I am going to speed it up to, say, 8. Let's go back into our I'm going to have this on multi-mode as well. Let's go back into this and switch our ratchets back on. And like I said, you can turn any of this stuff like off. If we go down to oh no, I need to open it up. We need to turn it off. And if we, depending on which ones we turn off, they'll just skip through. Change that color as well. Now we can also change the key. Set some of these normal. What else we got here? Let's add a modifier in. Unassigned. What else we got? So we can do different things. We can add the same modifier twice. This one we've got pulse count. Again, a lot of the times, right? A lot of the times you've got this kind of chance thing and trig conditions for a lot of these. A lot of the times the important thing is to slow the division down so you can actually hear the effect. Turn that on. But at any time we like, we can also double tap any of these and turn them off. You can mask stuff out if you want as well to get more variation. You can change some of these to just holds, singles, or even let's switch these back on and maybe just have this one as a rest. So it won't skip it, it will play it, but it won't generate any sound. It just wait until it's completed its cycle. Oh, sorry, I'm on CC here. Right, pulse count. You can also override certain other conditions as well. Right, so for example, if I add, let me just do this. If I can add, I think I've got my maximum here, so I'm going to change this pulse count to a gate mode. Now this, what we have here, this will override whatever's going on here. But remember, let's have this one on multi, let's have this one on single. It's dependent on when this hits, which one of these is going to be a multi. So if we swapped all of these to say single, in fact, let's just do the first three single and turn off the other steps. Right, so they're all on single, except when it hits this here. And in fact, I'm going to also turn off these other steps. So if we had this, say like, okay, let's have this division set to 8. Multi, none, multi. You get the idea, right? It's awesome. And I'm going to unmask 2 as well. It's one of those super cool apps that you can set up without a great deal of knowledge, but create some really beautiful kind of self-generated sequences. But if you understand how this works, you're golden. So it looks like we can have, can I add another modifier? Look, it looks like I can. Right, so let's do that. Let's add one here. Unassign. What else we've got? Gate length, ratchet. Division again will override what's going on. Slow this down. So I could save this now. Save. Right. And if I go back to state 1, A, it'll complete a cycle and go through. Let's go to state B. State C. And it remembers the colours as well. What it doesn't remember is the MIDI channel. That would be very cool. Let's go to state E. Let's have a look at what we've got on our octaves here. So I'm going to do a bit more kind of darker octaves, I think. And let me have a look at the modifiers a sec. I'm going to switch off the pulse pattern. The whole modifier's turned off now. Let's have a look at the transpose. Okay. And let's go into state F and make a kind of a more upbeat one sort of thing for our thing. You can change, you've got a million scales to choose one. Right, let's change all these. No, let's change alternate ones to multi. So it should be fun. Let's set the order to pendulum. Let's set the division to 4. And on the multis, let's set these to 2. This to 3. This to 4. This to 5. Yeah, divisions, I'm going to speed it up a bit. Okay, cool. Let's add a modifier. Let's add in a, let's see, an octave modifier. And I need to set my, get a triplet feel on that one. Awesome. Okay. Again, I'm just going to hit save. It's always best to get into the habit of saving whatever you're doing. All right, now what we're going to take a look at now, let's stop the sequence. Look, if when we hold the state here, we get this, right? We get a little pop-up. Let's drop this in there. Oh, look what's happened, right? I'm going to slide oh, sorry, I'm going to hold this one for B. Sorry, and you'll see another pop-up will appear. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this for C. I'm going to put one in for D. I'm going to put one in for E. And I'm going to put one in for the last one we did, F. And then we can, you know, we could add another C at the end there. And we could finish up at, I don't know, A. And you'll see underneath all of these, right, all of these, there is a division, a thing. So 16 is fast. It's 1 bar. If I turn the meta sequencer on and just press play, see it counting? Some of our sequences have got loads of kind of cool stuff going on, but it's slower. So let's do this. Let's look. Let's go right. Well, okay. I'm going to have these. Gosh, you can go loads, but I'm going to have them 64 each, right? Which is 4 bars. You can go odd as well, which would be quite interesting. Let's keep it normal for now. I'll turn it up a bit while I'm doing this. Awesome stuff. Now we're playing our little track that we've got saved. So now it's saved my sequence as well. So a bit of glitchy stuff with the resizing thing. However, if we switch settings off, you can access settings for anything. I like to see the settings, so it'd be nice if this was fixed. It's not a game changer for me, though. I think it sounds great. You can turn your meta sequencer off, or you can basically, I think you can double tap to remove, like that. Okay, so you get the idea, right? So it's great fun. It's great fun. I'm going to play you my other preset that I made. If you've watched this via Premiere, thank you very much. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please strike the like. It really does help. Or consider becoming a Patreon or making a donation of some description. Super chat, super thanks really helps out here. Anyway, brilliant. I'm going to play this little pattern for you. And yeah, awesome stuff. I'm sure you'll think it's really interesting. It's got enough of a learning curve as well to keep it interesting, because there's lots of other things to learn about, you know, and explore and things like that. Anyway, top job. Let's go.